Guess what actually happens when leaders eat last? Their teams actually go hungry. Hey, look, I know that Simon says differently, but hang with me. I have used this one simple truth over the past 20 years to lead multiple teams in multiple industries to over 15 prestigious awards and spectacular results. I promise you, you can do the same starting tomorrow. Answer this question for me. Why do you believe that a firefighter is able to enter a burning building and pull people out, to save people, to rescue people? Pause the video for just a second and answer that question. Okay, let's compare notes. It's probably things like they know how to use the oxygen tanks very well, the masks, they're very physically fit, they've studied how buildings act when they're on fire. It's all of those things. But what are those things? They are preparation. What is preparation? Focusing on yourself. They have focused on themselves to prepare. And so in other words, what have they done? They have eaten first. Of course, the reason they do this is very obvious. They understand the consequences if they don't put themselves first, if they don't prepare themselves, if they don't focus on self-care and self-development. So as you can see by these two statistics, the stakes for those of us who are leaders in the business world are just as high. Hey gang, I am in no way advocating for leaders to elbow people away from the table so that they can get an unfair share of the spoils. What I am saying that as leaders, if we are not mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy and evolving, we're putting lives at risk. So our number one focus as leaders has to be life mastery. And here's why. When we as leaders have more mental, emotional, and physical energies, then we're able, and only then we're able, to give our families, our communities, our teams, and our organizations more. Here's an example. If you show up to work feeling like and looking like this half the time, how much energy do you think you're going to be able to pump into the team and the organization if you feel like this? Have you ever thought closely about why the airlines tell you if the oxygen masks deploy to give yourself the oxygen first? I'm sure you know why, because if you don't, you're going to pass out, become unconscious, and you will not be able to give your children what they need. So by that same token, we have to ask ourselves, of these 120,000 deaths caused by workplace stress, how many were leaders that didn't give themselves oxygen, and now we've lost them? And what untold suffering did they cause on their team and their organizations because they put themselves last? They tried to eat last. Look, boil it down even more simply. To give, we must have. Lionesses, when they hunt, ensure that they and their mate eat first. It's the same concept. Why? Because she knows if she doesn't have the energy and stamina in the coming days to hunt again, she and her family could perish. The exact same concept applies physically, mentally, and emotionally. We have to have as much balance, as much evolved thinking, as much emotional stability, as much physical strength. We have to have all of that working as leaders. You know, look, being a leader is a very big challenge. It's very complicated. And if we feel like this, if we're miserable, if we're frustrated, if we're stressed, if we're not confident, it's going to be very hard to instill the opposite of those things into our leadership and into our projects and into our vision. So I always love to leave you with an action, and here's what I want you to think about and do. So first, think about the word leader, leadership, leading. What's the root there? What leader? Who is the leader? We're the leaders. You're the leader. So what I want you to do is every day simply focus in a holistic fashion in all areas of your life on being better than you were yesterday every day. That's it. If you'll just do that simple thing every day, I promise you that you will see incredible results almost immediately in your personal and your professional life. Well, I hope that video has you asking questions, has you thinking about things a little differently. Maybe you're a little inspired, maybe you're a little excited. That's awesome. And I want to do more of that for you. That is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. I'm dedicated to doing that for you. So give us a click there. Right below me here is a subscribe button. That's a great way to see new videos as they come out daily and weekly. And if you go to el6leader.com, you can actually sign up for a one-on-one session with me. The calendar's there, and you can book it yourself right now. So please go see what else we have there on the website, and I would love to talk to you very soon. And listen, until then, until next time, please believe better.